own importance. So is the case with corporate governance. Each stakeholder and their needs are equally important. Hi, this is Ritika. We are doing reading 27 of Corporate Issuers, Introduction to Corporate Governance and Other ESG Considerations.
We are now on LOSI, which requires us to describe factors relevant to the analysis of corporate governance and stakeholder management. Here we'll be discussing all the factors that an analyst should consider before judging if a proper governance system is in place or not. So let us begin. The first factor is environmental or social factors affecting economic ownership and voting rights. An analyst needs to look at the class structure of the shares. One needs to consider if the shares have dual class structure or not, and whether the voting power is decoupled from the ownership, or one group has a superior voting rights over the other group. One group will have the superior voting rights if the majority of shares are held by the insiders of a family, or one class of shares elect the majority of the board and outside shareholders can only elect the minority. The second factor that requires consideration is board of directors representation. The independence, expertise, experience, tenure and diversity of the board of directors should be given due consideration. They should match the current and future needs of the company. Then third, the remuneration and company performance. The performance of a company is also most affected by the remuneration pattern of the company. The executive remuneration generally consists of base salary, short-term bonus and multi-year incentive plan. They are also paid in the form of options, time-vested shares and performance-vested shares. How these remuneration methods affect the performance of the company also needs to be analyzed. Fourth, there could also be red flags or the warning signs. Certain warning signs that indicate the weaknesses in the control and reporting are: first, plans offering little or no alignment with the shareholders' interests. Second, plans exhibiting variations over multi-years. Third, plans with excessive payouts relative to the comparable companies with comparable performances. And fourth, plans based on incentives from the earlier periods in the company's lives. Then, the analyst is also required to look at the investors in a company. There are three patterns of shareholdings in a company. They are: first, cross shareholding. Under this pattern, there is one company holding a larger block of shares of the other company. 2. Sizable affiliated shareholding. Under this pattern, a family trust, endowment or an individual holds the significant block of company's shares. Under these two patterns, the company can shield itself from the effect of voting from outside shareholders, but the third one, that is the activist shareholders, they are the catalysts for the new strategic direction or short-term arbitration. Shareholder activists are the shareholders of the company who bring about change within or for the corporation. The changes sought could be for anything, be it for the environmental concern or profit distribution, etc. Then another important thing to look after is the strength of shareholders' rights. The analyst should look for the history of fines, accidents, regulatory penalties, etc. So this was LOSI. If you have any questions, contact us. Check out the quizzes and study notes at procfa.com and take a very good care of yourself.